Pay attention. You stop what you're doing. Don't scroll on YouTube while watching this video. Don't be texting people back while watching this video. Don't go on no other social media apps while watching this video. The only thing you need to focus on is this video right here. Let's break down how to improve our focus, but before we do this, we have to understand why is our focus bad. There's many reasons why our focus is bad, but the main reason why our focus is bad is because of overstimulation. The human mind was designed to be an alert system. Let's go back to ancient times, right? Think about when we were indigenous people living off the land, living in our natural mud huts, right? And we didn't have phones. We didn't have social media. We didn't have all these things in our environment overstimulating us, right? The human mind was built, right? It was designed to be alert. So when we were sleeping in our villages, our mind was designed to be alert to make sure there wasn't intruders coming in our villages, right? To make sure there wasn't any wild animals coming in our villages, right? So understand that is the mind of a human, right? The alert mind. Take that same exact mind and put it in today's society where everybody has a phone, and as soon as you wake up, you stimulate your brain with dopamine, you text people back, you check emails, you check messages, you check your phone, you go outside, you talk to people, you're just constantly overstimulating your brain. You listen to podcasts, you listen to YouTube videos, you're constantly scrolling, you listen to music. It's just so much overstimulation, and your brain never gets to just be. Now, why is this important? Because, my friend, focus is the only reason why people don't achieve their dreams. Focus is the only reason why people don't have the life that they want to have, because they don't focus on the work that needs to be done to get the life that they want to have. I'll give you an example. Every human sleeps for 8 hours a day. Every human has 16 hours in a day to work, to do things that they need to do. People that have more money than you, people that are more successful than you, people that just overall have a better life than you are not, it's not because, oh, they're just more fortunate and they're just lucky. No, they use their time more efficiently than you. They are better at focusing than you. Me and you can have the same 16 hours in a day, but for some reason, within 16 hours, I get more work done than you. Why do I get more work done than you? Because from 10 to 12 hours, I'm constantly working on my business, working on myself, doing the things that I need to do. But you only work on your business for about 2 to 3 hours. So understand this, right? If you have two humans, one is working on their business and working on their life period for about 10 to 12 hours. They both have 16 hours. And the other one is only working on their business for about 2 to 3 hours. Who do you think is going to be more successful? Who do you think is going to have more money? Who do you think is in the long run is actually going to have the better life? The human that is working on their business 10 to 12 hours a day. But why are they able to do that? Is it because they're just smarter? They're just more intelligent? No, okay? It could be that, but no. It's because they have more focus. They have better focus than the other individual. Let me blow y'all mind. Understand that the human brain has a frequency state, right? These two frequency states are the peaceful, meditative state, right? The state that your human brain is supposed to be in. And then the human brain has another state. I call it the hectic state, okay? The chaotic state. Whenever you think about something, whenever you try to multitask, you are stimulating your brain. Everything is stimulation on the brain. Whatever you are focusing on is stimulating your brain. So imagine that, right? Meaning everything that you do, meaning if you're driving in your car, listening to music, texting people back while you're driving, guess what? Now you have 3 things stimulating your brain. Music, texting people back, and driving on the road. You are putting your brain under too much stimulation. Now your brain is operating in a chaotic state. So guess what? People brains that are operating in a chaotic state because all is mind and everything is projection. This word is just a projection of your brain. Guess what? I guarantee you, you're not going to be as organized as an individual that has a meditative mind. I guarantee you, you have problem managing your time. You probably don't even have a schedule. And if you do have a schedule, you probably have trouble following the schedule. You're probably watching this right now and you have a dirty room. You probably have an unorganized phone. You probably got 100 tabs right now on your phone that's open. Overall, you're just an unorganized individual. But why are you an unorganized individual? Because your mind is operating in a chaotic state 24/7. Vaughn, I don't really believe you when you say we can't multitask. Pay attention. I want you right now, yes, you watching this. I want you right now to focus on this video. The only thing you know is this video, right? Now, while you're focused on this video, I want you to simultaneously think about something else while watching this video. Not think about something in the next second, not think about something in the next minute. No. I want you right now, at the same time that I'm talking, I want you to literally be thinking about something else. Guess what? You can't. Why can't you? Because you only have one mind, okay? This one mind can only focus on one thing at a time. If you're watching this video right now and you think that you can think about money or you can think about what you're gonna do after this video and clearly understand what I'm saying, guess what? You're not actually listening to me. And this is why some of y'all have listening problems. How many of y'all have been talking to your friend, talking to your mom, talking to somebody, and then you've been thinking about something while you're talking to them, and then they tell you something, and then days go by, you can't even remember what they said, or it can literally be the next minute, next 2 minutes, and you didn't even remember what they said. It's because you wasn't focusing on what they were saying and properly absorbing their information. Just because your eyes is focused on something does not mean that your mind is focused on something. You only have one mind, and this one mind can only focus on one thing at a time. Simple. Hey. Now, how do you improve your focus? Step one, you need to focus on the current moment and do one thing at a time. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're gonna get more done by doing one thing at a time compared to if you was thinking about everything that you gotta do. I'm gonna explain, right? Imagine if you have 10 things to do today, right? You have 10 things to work on with your business. Now imagine you're on the first thing to do. And this is where overthinking problems come from, right? People have overthinking problems because you're not focused on the current moment, right? You're stimulating your brain too much and you have poor focus. If you have 10 tasks to do, you need to focus on each task at one at a time and you'll get more done, right? A lot of y'all don't work on y'all businesses, or a lot of y'all don't work on y'all life in general because you see that you got all these things to do, you got 10 things to do, and you on task 1 thinking about, dang, well, after this, man, I gotta do task 5, then task 6, dang, bro, then I gotta go all the way to 10, man, I'm gonna be working on this all day. You're wasting time by thinking about all these things when you should just be focused on one task at a time. Do task 1. Okay, cool, I did task 1 efficiently, because understand this, focus is efficiency. If I put my 100% focus on something, it's impossible to not get it done. It's gonna get done in the most efficient way. Imagine if I was trying to make this video right now, then at the same time I was trying to cut my hair, and then I was trying to talk to my mom. Bro, this video is not gonna come out the best it could come out because I'm not focused on this one video. Right now, this video is coming out like the best video in the world because I'm putting all of my focus onto this one video. So P gang, if you wanna get more done in life, you need to focus on one thing at a time. Don't look at the whole entire mountain and be like, dang man, I gotta climb this whole mountain. Put one foot in front of the other and keep going. Don't look at the distance that you gotta go. Look at the work that you have to do right in front of you. And then before you know it, now that you have been focused on one thing at a time, before you know it, you already on task 10. Like, dang, that was quick. I did everything in about 2 hours. Exactly. Also, when you start the morning, do not check your phone. Okay? I don't care if you're a businessman, do not check your phone. Do not be checking emails, texting people back. Those people can wait, okay? Those people are not more important than your mind, okay? Understand that. You should never put other people over the own health of your mind. Simple. When you get up in the morning, yes, you can meditate, visualize, do what you got to do, but get up in the morning and get ready. Simple as that. And while you're getting ready, all you need to focus on is getting ready. You don't need to be listening to music while you're getting ready. You don't need to be listening to a podcast while you're getting ready. No, your brain just woke up, okay? Stop trying to overstimulate it as soon as it's waking up. So now how you can actually apply this in your life. When you get up in the morning, do not check messages. Do not check your phone. Do not do that. How you start the morning is how the rest of the day will play out. If you start the morning overstimulating yourself, the whole rest of the day is going to be overstimulated, right? And understand this, your brain is not a machine, okay? To go from a chaotic state to a meditative state, you actually have to meditate for about 20 to 30 minutes. But guess what? You're going to do that all throughout the day, probably multiple times a day, 5, 6 times a day. Man, you don't have time for that. And you also need to focus on one thing at a time. I don't care if you're about to go in the bathroom and take a shit. You need to be focused on taking that shit and then washing your hands. You don't need to be taking a shit thinking, dang, what I'm about to eat later. Or, oh, I might as well check my phone. I might as well call people. You don't need to be focused on that. Focus on one thing at a time. How you do one thing is how you do everything else. A lot of y'all might think right now, well, Vaughn, that's so little, man. Like, why can't I multitask when it comes to little things? Your brain doesn't know little things, and your brain doesn't know big things. Your brain just knows life. So if you multitask with little things, right, you might be working on your business, and now it's going to be easier for you to get distracted. It's going to be easier for you to start procrastinating because your brain is so overstimulated, it doesn't just want to focus on one thing. So this is why you have trouble focusing. I just freed your mind, okay? Understand this, I just freed your mind. You have trouble focusing because when it comes to the little things of life, you don't even focus on one thing at a time. So now when it comes to the big things of life, when it comes to the things that's actually going to buy your mama a house, you can't seem to just literally sit down and focus for 5 hours straight, 6 hours straight, even 10 hours straight. You can't even do that because your brain after 2 minutes is like, what's next? What's next? What's next, human? Hey, we got to focus on this. We got to do this. Nah, I don't, this is boring. I want to see something else. I want y'all to go read a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. If you already read that book, then you know exactly what I'm about to say. You cannot be a drifter, okay? Right? A drifter is an individual that lacks focus, okay? The reason why you have problems watching porn and masturbating, the reason why you have problems watching entertainment, watching Netflix, the reason why you have problems with being distracted by social media and all these things around you is because you lack focus. Now that you lack focus, you're always getting distracted by so many things, right? You have a short attention span. And now that you have a short attention span, you can't seem to focus on one thing, right? So I'm gonna break this down to y'all. Like I said before, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Because you can't focus on one thing at a time, right? And you're always watching Netflix and focusing on something else, watching Netflix, eating some food. You're always just focusing on multiple things at one time. When you actually try to focus on your business, right? One thing, now your brain is used to, hold on. This doesn't feel right. I'm used to doing multiple things at one time. Why are we just only focusing on one thing? Oh, this is boring. I don't want to do it. And now you get distracted from working on your business. Now you start watching Netflix. You start scrolling on Instagram. So this is why focusing is literally pretty much what I'm trying to tell you is, yo, F everything else I told you. This right here is going to take your life from 0 to 100 overnight. I really, and I'm talking to you, bro. I really want you to get this to your head, man. I'm telling you, the root of all your problems could literally be your focus. The reason why you're not organized is because you're not focused. The reason why you're not making the money that you want to make is because you're not focused. The reason why you don't have the dream life that you want is because you're not focused. The reason why you feel lost or you don't know what you want to do, you don't even know the business that you want to create is because you're not focused. Everything, I'm talking about literally like this shit is so deep, man. Like everything literally stems back to being focused. Focus is the key to everything. And you gotta focus on you. You can't let these niggas opinions control you. These niggas, they why what you do. You here for a reason, young nigga. You chosen. Doing all this shit for my people. Then they want to trade me off like I'm DeRozan. That's why I'm scared to trust these bitches. These bitches are seen for the streets like Frozen. I walked out of phone with a potion. Call me Houdini. I'm serving hypnosis. This bitch, she bad. She noticed, but I'm getting money. I can't lose focus, right? Yeah. Hey, y'all go stream Focus by Von 2 Cut. Hey. Step 2. Fix your diet, okay? A clean gut is a clean mind. Say it with me. A clean gut is a clean mind. A lot of people, especially my indigenous people, think they have ADHD because, oh, they're just born with it and they're just unlucky. No, you have it because of overstimulation, right? But also because of the food that you are putting inside of your body. If you have ADHD, it is because you have a lack of blood, aka a lack of oxygen getting to the brain, okay? You don't have enough nutrients getting to your brain. I talked about this in my online school, but let me actually just give y'all this free game. Why don't you have enough oxygen and blood getting to the brain? Because of processed and unhealthy food, right? If your kid or if you, right, came out with ADHD, this is because your parents or you as a parent was not eating healthy while that baby was in the womb. And now this is why that baby came out with ADHD problems because you were eating processed foods. You were eating unhealthy foods. If you look at the back of the nutrition label, when you eat these processed foods, you're going to see things like yellow 5, red 40, right? And you think, oh, these are just color dyes. These actually destroy your nervous system and also your brain cells. So another reason you have trouble focusing is because you put processed, unhealthy, and acidic food inside of your body. If you take a squirrel off the tree and you start feeding the squirrel honey buns, Takis, Cheetos, Doritos, all this fake ass food, if you feed this squirrel that for 90 days, the squirrel is not going to be a squirrel no more, okay? It's not going to be able to focus no more. It's not even going to know how to look for real food. It's not even going to know how to be a squirrel no more. So understand this. You are a human organism with real blood, real organs. You need real food. You deserve real food. Why do you think that you can put fake food in your body and your human mind, right? Your ancestors was not eating this fake food. Your human mind is going to be working in tip-top shape. Understand this. You still have the overstimulation from the phones and all of society, and now you're putting fake food inside of your body. So if you have ADHD, you have a problem with 3 things. Your blood flow, right? AKA your circulation system. Your brain in general, okay? The neurological brain and your nervous system, okay? So what we have to do is we have to strengthen the nervous system. We have to strengthen the brain. We also have to start regulating your blood flow better. So first thing we need to do is we need to start eating foods that contain iron, quinoa, leafy greens, right? Homemade dark chocolate, foods that contain high amounts of iron to get the blood moving. Not no red meat, not no bullshit, no, right? The doctor told you to eat red meat and now you still having headaches and you still having low iron problems, no, okay? That is going to be heme iron, right, from red meat. That is not healthy. And then you still got to think you got the parasites, just the acidity from meat in general, so no, that's not what you need. You need leafy greens. You need quinoa. If you want fruits, blueberries, right? Also dark chocolate, right? Raspberries as well too, because this can actually help boost the blood flow in the body. Now let me give you some herbs, right? And mind you, this is free game. I put all of this information that I'm telling you right now onto my online school. I'm giving this as free game, right? Some herbs you need to take to heal your nervous system and to also heal your brain is skullcap, blue vervain, valerian root, and lion's mane mushroom. Okay, I'm gonna say that again, right? Because lion's mane is a mushroom, right? Lion's mane mushroom, skullcap, blue vervain, and valerian root. And you need to ditch the processed foods completely, okay? If you got ADHD, it's not because you're unfortunate in life or, oh, you're just not a great human being. Bruh, you just eat fake food and now your brain is fucked up. If you're an organism on earth eating fake food, if you're a real organism on earth eating fake processed food, why do you think your brain is not going to be fucked up? It's for sure going to be effed up. So this is why I say ADHD is a myth. You don't have ADHD, your brain is just fucked up. Also, stay away from sugar, not fruit sugar, because this is the only natural sugar that you need to put inside your body, right? Stay away from processed sugar, right? And starches, okay? So that means all of the bad rice, not wild rice, all of the rice, white rice, brown rice, all of the beans, okay? All of the wheat, especially wheat. Wheat is the worst starch for your body. Starches and sugar are going to destroy your brain, okay? And you're not gonna be able to focus. Once I cut out processed foods, starch, bad sugar, right? Processed foods in general. Once I cut that out from my body, acidic foods as well, I have a extreme focus, right? I always have a meditative state. I never get intrusive thoughts, right? Because I have a clean gut. If you have a clean gut, you're never going to get intrusive thoughts. If you practice intermittent fasting, this would tremendously make you more focused. Look, I'm not trying to make this whole video a breakdown on food, so let me explain this, right? Why does starch damage your brain? It damages your brain because your body cannot break down starch, okay? When you eat starchy foods, your body cannot break down this starch, so it has to convert it into sugar. So understand this. I said sugar, processed sugar will destroy your brain cells, right? Will damage your brain. Guess what? Starch is literally just sugar, okay? So when you eat potatoes, right, a box of fries, when you eat a loaf of bread, when you eat anything that's starchy, even beans, even unhealthy rice that's not wild rice, right? Because wild rice does not contain starch, right? When you eat things that contain starch, that are starchy foods, you cannot break down these starchy foods, so now it has to convert this starch into sugar, and this destroys your brain cells even more. Now, parents, let me talk to you, right? When you're feeding your kids Apple Jacks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right, honey buns, Coke, soda, things like that, when you feeding them all these processed foods, right, now, guess what? What you're doing, all these processed foods are literally just sugar and chemicals disguised as food, right? Now you're feeding it to your kids. Your kids can't focus. Your kids have trouble focusing at school now. Now you're getting complaints from the teacher saying, oh yeah, your kid having trouble focusing in school. They're always acting bad. They can never sit down. They can never sit still, right? Once again, they're a kid, so they're going to be a kid, but also they're always constantly having sugar rushes because you're feeding them this fake food, and now they have trouble focusing, and you think, oh, my kid has ADHD. So now you're going to take your kid to the doctor, and your doctor is going to give them a pharmaceutical, aka artificial pill to stop their ADHD, right? Mind you, the doctor isn't telling you that they got ADHD from all the processed foods. Your doctor ain't gonna tell you that, right? Because he got to keep that money in his pocket. Hey, right? So now he's eating all that unprocessed food. He's eating all that processed food on top of taking pills that are just numbing his ADHD effect, right? And I know what I'm talking about because my blood brother was diagnosed with ADHD. I'm gonna be real with you. Them pills did not help him, right? My blood brother, right, had ADHD because he was always eating processed foods, right? He was always eating acidic foods that were stripping nutrients from his body, okay? So ADHD is not, oh, you're just born with it and it just comes from the sky. It is a direct cause to eating unhealthy food. Every disease comes from unhealthy food because disease is literally just the body being at what? Dis-ease. Your body is at dis-ease because your body is not receiving enough oxygen. It is not receiving enough nutrients because you eat fake, unhealthy, processed food. Simple as that. Hey. And that leads me to step 3. Step 3, make sure that you eat a heavy meal after you're done with all your work. Why should you eat a heavy meal after you're done with all your work? Understand that your body is a machine. Your body can only do one thing at a time efficiently, right? It's just like your brain. It can only focus on one thing at a time efficiently. So guess what? When you eat food, your body is going to start digesting this food, meaning your body is going to be using so much energy to try to digest food. So now all of this energy that you was going to use to put to your work, now it's going to be used to actually start digesting food. So a lot of y'all eat a heavy meal, eat your biggest meal, right, before you start working. And then after you start working and you wonder why you're not as focused as much. You wonder why, oh, you don't really feel like doing it. You're kind of lazy and you like, man, like, why I feel comfortable, man. Like I got to get this work done. It's because now all of that energy you was about to put to your work, you're putting it to digesting food. So a quick fix to this is before you eat a big meal, make sure that you get everything done in the day that you need to get done. Then when you get everything done, now you can have a big meal, right? Step 4, make sure that you're meditating for at least 30 minutes a day, okay? So look, you can meditate twice a day. You can meditate in the middle of the day. It doesn't matter. Make sure that you're having some type of meditation session, 30 minutes in the day. Meditation is a way so you can just empty out your mind and clear your mind, okay? I'm not telling you to astral project or do something like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying meditate for about 30 minutes a day just so you can have a clear, focused mind. Now, when you're meditating, I don't want you to try to focus, right? And then you get all these intrusive thoughts. You like, man, I'm trying to focus. Now, because at that point, now you're putting too much resistance on your mind, and now your mind's just going to be going crazy. You have to allow your mind to go crazy. Allow the mind to flow thoughts in, right? Just be the observer of the thoughts. Watch the thoughts in third person, right? As you're viewing these thoughts, let them come. Eventually, they stop coming, and now your brain is not going to look like this no more, right? While you're meditating, it's going to start just looking like this, right? And then everything is going to be centered, controlled, and calm, right? It's never just going to be like this, right? You're always going to be something flowing in, coming in and out, but that's cool. Don't react to the thoughts that you're having, right? Control your emotional reaction and understand, it's really just thoughts, right? You have to be the observer of your thoughts. And that leads me to step 5. Become the master of your mind by becoming the observer of your mind. A lot of y'all have intrusive thoughts, and a lot of y'all go into psychosis, and a lot of y'all just overall F yourselves up because you're not the master of your mind. Understand this. I can have a thought right now that says, oh, you're not good enough. You're never going to be successful in life. You're never actually going to make it, right? I could have a thought like that comes up in my reality, right? Cool. Guess what? There's 2 ways I can react to this thought, okay? This first way is going to cause anxiety, and then I'm going to feel negative about myself. So the first way is I'm going to get that thought, and I'm going to be like, dang, like, am I not good enough? Man, like, I don't know, man. I got to keep going. But I don't know, man, like, dang, bro, because this happened, man, and that happened. I don't want to hear all that, right? So that first way of thinking about things and observing it is going to cause anxiety. Now, look at this way, right? Now, imagine I get that same thought and I say, oh, well, I just got a thought that I'm not good enough and I'm not this and that. Well, my mind just try to think that. Well, is that true? No, that's not true, for sure. Yeah, I know I'm that nigga. Yeah, I know I'm like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got a YouTube. Yeah, I'm doing my thing. I got businesses. Yeah, I look good. I got money. Yeah, everything's cool, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I'm the master of my mind. Do you see the difference in those thinking patterns? The difference was in the first example, I was allowing the thought to control me, okay? I was the horse, and now the thought was the human riding the horse. In the second example, I became the human, and my thought became the horse. I'm riding the horse. I control what the horse do. If I say we gonna go left, we gonna go left. If I say we gonna go right, we gonna go right. You can't allow your thoughts to kick you off like a horse would, right? You can't allow them to do that. You gotta hold control. So if you get a thought, like a negative thought, you gotta think to yourself, okay, well, that's just what my brain thought. Is that actually true? Not, dang, bro, my brain, like, I might not be that good, bro. Like, I don't love myself. Like, bro, you're allowing your brain to be the controller over you, and you're never going to win like that, okay? This is going to be the biggest lesson you ever learned in your life. Just because you thought something does not mean that is true, okay? Your thoughts, right, just because they're circulating in your mind does not actually mean that they're factual, right? So understand this. You got to look at your negative thoughts like those are lies, right? Those don't even make sense. And the less you react to your negative thoughts, the less you have them. I don't have negative thoughts because understand this, the more that you give something an emotional reaction, the more that it will come into your reality. A lot of y'all get mad at dumb shit, at small things, right? And now this is why you have more small things that pop up in your reality to make you mad, right? So guess what? When you stop reacting to small things, when you stop giving your emotional reaction to things that don't matter, when you stop reacting negatively to your negative mindset, to your negative thoughts, that's when they disappear, right? I don't get negative thoughts no more, also because of all the things we just talked about in this video. I have a clean diet, right? I focus on one thing at a time, but I also don't get negative thoughts like that because if I do get a negative thought, I question the thought. Nah, you're not gonna tell me something, I'm gonna automatically believe it, right? I always question everything. Even if somebody, and this goes for everybody, if anybody tells me something, I always question what they tell me, right? I'm not a gullible person. A lot of y'all are gullible people, and this is why y'all have negative thoughts all the time because you believe these lies, right? Negative thoughts are lies, simple as that. Now, if you made it to the end of the video, my friend, congratulations. You have great focus, okay? So a lot of people that clicked off the video, they couldn't even sit down and watch this whole entire video because their focus is messed up. They're in that chaotic state. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, congratulations. Now you know that you have great focus, okay? So still do everything that I said. Still do all of those steps to improve your focus even more, right? This is how you improve your focus instantly. Hey, hey!